Hello student, myself Digan Sakhiwala, I am your science sir. Today we will continue chapter number 16, Management of Natural Resources. Dear student, today we are going to discuss about the Chipko movement, Epico movement, as well as Silent Valley project, Sal forest in the southern district of West Bengal. So we will start. Chipko movement. In December 1972, the illiterate tribal women of small hilly village of upper reaches of Himalaya commenced this unique movement against the exploitation of forest by the timber merchants. Okay, so some women are there in December 1972 of small hilly village of upper reaches of Himalaya commenced this unique movement against the exploitation of forest by the timber merchants. So some timber merchants are there, they are illegally cutting the forest, they destroy the forest. So some illiterate women start a unique movement, and that movement is called the Chipko movement. This demonstration transformed into the first Chipko movement in the Mandale village of Chamoli in April 1973. Okay, so this demonstration transformed into the first Chipko movement in the Mandale village of Chamoli in April 1973, when people declared that they would cling to tree were filled by the sport good company. So some sport good company are there, those who are making the bat, hockey or any other materials are there. Okay, so people declared that they would cling to trees, they hug the trees were filled by the sport good company. This movement was led by the Sri Sundarlal Bahuguna and Sri Chandi Prasad Bhatt. So the main person behind them are Sri Sundarlal Bahuguna and Sri Chandi Prasad Bhatt. Later a voluntary institution called the Soligram Swaraj Sangh was formed, and massive membership campaign was launched to demonstrate against the removing trees, and up to 1978 this movement spread over the entire Tehri Garhwal area of Uttaranchal. So this movement spread over entire Tehri Garhwal area of Uttaranchal, and after this movement was led by the Sri Sundarlal Bahuguna and Sri Chandi Prasad Bhatt, the voluntary institution called the Soligram Swaraj Sangh was formed, and massive membership campaign was launched to demonstrate against the removing trees up to 1978. Main features of Chipko movement: it was based on the Gandhian thought and persuaded the men and women not to indulge in the violence. So it is based on the Gandhian thoughts like non-violence. Okay, and men and women are involved without the violence. This movement remained non-political, so it is not it has not any political view. They are not supported by any Bhajap, Congress or any type of political party. So this movement remained non-political. It raised a certain fundamental issue and questioned the development based on the ruthless butchery of nature. So it raised the hand against the deforestation. Okay, the common people were made aware that deforestation lead to the landslides which may threaten to the human beings. So many hilly area are there, on that suppose the trees are cut, then what happen? It may possible that landslides occur. Okay, and which may threaten to the human beings. So human life can come in the danger, those who are living there. It was totally voluntary movement and relied upon the motivation and moral of small group of people. Okay, so it was a voluntary movement and relied upon the motivation and moral of small group of people. It was concerned with the ecological balance of nature. It propagated the idea of ecology as permanent economy. So ecology is more important than what? Economy. So we have to carry both the idea. Okay, so it propagated that the idea of ecology as a permanent economy. Main aim of Chipko movement was to give a slogan of 5F, that is food, fodder, fuel, fiber, fertilizer, and to make communities self-sufficient in all their basic needs. So it is not important that by the forest we cannot earn something. Okay, so by Chipko movement, the main aim of Chipko movement was to give the 5F, that is the food is already available, fodder, fuel, fiber and fertilizer. Okay, and to make the communities to self-sufficient in all their basic need. Significance: It stimulated an all-round debate on the problems of economic and social development. Okay, so because of that reason, it stimulated the all-round debate on the problems of economic and social development. Mr. Bahuguna presented the plan of conservation of soil and water through ban on the tree felling at UNEP, that is the United National Environmental Program meeting held in June 1982 in London. Okay, so Mr. Bahuguna presented the plan of conservation of soil and water through the ban on the tree felling at the UNEP. UNEP means what? United National Environmental Program meeting held in the June 1982 in London. It is inspired similar movement in the other parts of the country, as well as Epico movement was started on September 8, 1983 against of felling of tree in the Kaleso forest of North Kannara district of Karnataka. So another movement is started, that is called Epico movement, was started on September 8, 1983 against of felling of trees in Kaleso forest of North Kannara district of Karnataka. So a new movement is started, that is called Epico movement, and its meaning is also like what? Hugging the trees. This movement was led by the Sri Panduranga Hegde. So this movement was led by what? Sri Panduranga Hegde. Here the contractor would have felled the trees, destroyed them altogether. Local people only lopped the branches and leaves for use. So local people lopped, they cut the only branches and leaves for the use. Due to this, tree regained with the passage of time, and because of that reason the tree regained with the passage of time. Silent Valley project. The Silent Valley hydroelectric project was aimed to generate more energy to the power deficit people of Palghat and Mallapuram district of Kerala. Okay, dear student, we can produce electricity by so many ways. If we produce the electricity by the heat, by the coal, then it is called the thermal power station. If we produce the electricity by the water fall, then it is called the hydroelectric power station. Okay, so here also there is a need to produce the electricity. Okay, so the Silent Valley hydroelectric power project was aimed to generate the more energy to the power deficit people of Palghat and Mallapuram district of Kerala, enhancing irrigation facility to increase the agriculture production manifold and to generate the employment for the thousands of people. So many good reasons are also there behind to make the hydroelectric project. But this project required the large scale deforestation of rare species of plant and animal. It was one of the world's richest biological and genetic heritage. But because to make this project, to work on this project, there is a chances of deforestation, large scale of deforestation of rare species of plant and animal. It was one of the world's richest biological and genetic heritage. Okay. Kerala Shastra Parishad KSSP highlighted the wrong policies of distribution of electricity board and advocate the increasing irrigation potential by the alternative means. So here Kerala Shastra Parishad highlighted the wrong policy of distribution of electricity board and advocate the increasing irrigation potential by alternative means. So by any other method also we can increase the irrigation potential. Environmentalists asserted that the Silent Valley are home to one of the few remaining reforest in the West Ghats. Under the pressure of KSSP, the Kerala government abandoned the project and declared the Silent Valley and adjoining area as the biosphere reserve. Okay, so under the pressure of KSP means what? Kerala Shastra Parishad, the Kerala government abandoned the project and declared the Silent Valley and adjoining area as what? Biosphere reserve. So they declare as what? This area is a biosphere reserve. Sal forest in the southern district of West Bengal. So it is the one type of trees are there, sal forest in the southern district of West Bengal. Sal forest in the southern district of West Bengal were in highly degraded from 1972. So Sal forest in the southern district of West Bengal were highly degraded from 1972. Forest official and villagers usually clash with each other, and because of that reason what happened, forest officer and villager usually clash with each other. It also led to the militant farmer movements encouraged by the Naxalis. So some fighting are there, and it also lead to the militant farmer movements encouraged by the Naxalis. Joint forest management committees were formed by the forest department with the partnership of the government and the local communities to recover the forest. Okay, so government also takes some decision, and the joint forest management committees were formed by the forest department with the partnership of government and the local communities to recover the forest. This type of working was started in the Arabari forest range of Midnapur district. Okay, so this type of working was started in the Arabari forest range of the Midnapur district. Forest officer A.K. Banerjee involved the villager for the protection of 1272 hectares of badly spoiled Sal forest area. Okay, so here one forest officer was there. Forest officer was A.K. Banerjee involved the villagers for the protection of 1272 hectares. How many hectares? 1272 hectares for the badly spoiled Sal forest area. Villager in the lieu of that were provided with the following facilities. First, 25% of final harvest. So the villagers are provided 25% of final harvest. Employment in the civiculture. Civiculture means what? Development of trees and harvesting activities, fuel wood and fodder collection in the nominal charges. So there are some facilities are given: 25% of final harvest, employment in the civiculture, harvesting activities, fuel wood and fodder collection on the nominal charges. Thus, village community were entitled for the share prescribed. This type of activity had the objective of providing fuel wood, fodder and small timber of village communities. Because of this activity, the objective of providing fuel wood, fodder and the small timber of village communities. Simultaneously, it also looks at the development of the forest. Due to the participation of the local communities, a remarkable recovery was noticed. Due to the participation of local communities, a remarkable recovery was noticed. The value of this useless forest in 1983 was calculated for the 12.5 crore. Okay. So dear student, this is all about the today's portion. If you like my video, then like and subscribe my channel. Okay. Thank you for watching.